Hey, mini fish. It is June 21st, and I want to bring to remembrance, I'm going to put a link to this because I got another little download this morning that I want to share with you. And this is a video I did, just a couple weeks ago, called Times and a Half. And I'll put a link in the description box. And what it was describing was how in Daniel's time, that when he was getting the prophecy, that in appointed times, what they mean when they say time and half a time, it's all in the video. But the time is really an appointment. It's an appointed day. The times are an appointment, a fixed time or a season, specifically a festival. And so from the time of his vision to the following time or festival, I lay it all out in that video, so please watch it. It lands us on the Jewish observance day of, what is it called? Tish B'Av. And what that meant was that from the time of Daniel's vision, the time and a half landed on August 1st. What does that mean? Well, we're on the solstice today, and oddly enough, I was on Drudge this morning, and they had an article on this Daniel Day-Lewis, which brought me back to Daniel. Also brought the Daniel Day-Lewis's, one of his biggest movies was Lincoln, and the whole Lincoln rabbit trail that I showed you guys recently comes into mind as well. Now, the solstice, why this comes to me, I'm reading Daniel, and the solstice pops into my head, and I just get an inkling to take the 1290 days from the solstice. Now, don't get me wrong, this could very well be coincidence. I am not saying that the Lord told me this, but this is how I get information. That's the only way I can explain it to you guys anyway. But anyway, so I go to the little, calculator thingy, if I can find it here in the 800 boxes I got open. I go from today, and I go back 1260 days, or 1290 days, sorry, rather, right? 1290, and it brings us to December 9th, 2013, and that was the day that Obama and all the dignitaries of the world were doing that really freakazoid, one of their weirdo ceremonies for Mandela. And I don't know much about the Mandela effect and all that stuff. I know my Bible's true, but nonetheless, so that's 1290 days ago from today. And then it tells us, blessed are those who wait, and to the 1335 days. So what would that do? That would add 45 days to this, correct? Yeah. So we add 45 days, and where does that bring us? Brings us to August 5th. What's August 5th? Well, August 5th is celebrated in the Jewish world as a special Shabbat, which is the Shabbat, the first Shabbat after the destruction of the temples. Their 9/11, literally, the Shabbat of consolation, and it's a special Shabbat. That means something, and it does. It means something to me too. But the fact that it falls perfectly, the 1335 days from the Mandela event, remember with the sign language guy and all the weirdness. As usual, of course, but back then it was even weirder than, we're conditioned to the weirdness now. But I just found that to be quite fascinating. Does it mean anything? Well, the only thing that pops into my mind is if you see it from my perspective, the Jewish people, God's children essentially, they're still transgressing, they're still being bad, and they're going to experience another 9/11. That's my feeling on it, and I think it's going to hit in the financial sector primarily. And just today, for just whatever, take it for what it's worth. I think you're going to want to watch the financial aspects of things today, which I rarely do, but something's telling me, keep your eye on the money today. And that's what I got for now for y'all. Have a great day. Peace and grace to you, many fish.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armour of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armour of God,